Hello YouTube, let's get started.
Today we are going to see some prerequisites for Kali Linux. So first you have to open a browser and then you have to make a search, a Google search as Kali Linux download. And you see in the first top of the results you will get from a website called kali.org under the name official Kali Linux downloads. Click on that. And then when you come down you can see here Kali Linux for 64-bit and Kali Linux for 32-bit, and here some other, it's called live, and it's called here it's called installer, it's called net installer. So now you have to download the first one. If your operating system is 64-bit, then download the first one. If your operating system is 32-bit, then download the second one. But my recommendation is it's better if you use a 64-bit operating system. So basically you can click on this one and download. Click on the link, as you can see, and there your Kali Linux is started to download. You can see here, and you can see here Kali Linux is started to download. As I have already downloaded, I don't think I have to re-download it. The other way to download Kali Linux is using a torrent file. Here you get a torrent. As torrent are more stable doing a download of a file such as 2 GB. Click on this, you will get a torrent file. And here we can see the Kali Linux torrent file is downloaded. As you can see, Kali Linux torrent file is downloaded. So now you need some uTorrent or any torrent downloaders, and you can click on this link where the mouse is pointing, and then you can download the Kali Linux. And whatever we are going to see further in the video are all prerequisites of Kali Linux. Make sure you watch it, follow it, install it in your system. Do the same using the same method. You follow the same method and do the prerequisites in your system. And let's continue into the video.
So in front of me, as you can see on the screen, we have VirtualBox. Now we have to click on new, as we are creating an operating system or creating a virtual machine. So the first process in creating a virtual machine is to click on new in VirtualBox. And now it's asking for name. You can give any name. Since we are using Kali Linux, and I will give the name as Kali. And now it's asking me what type of. Here in the name you can give any name, whichever you like. And now here in the type, it's asking me which it's not obviously Windows, it's Linux. So I click on Linux, and now it's asking me version. It's by default it's Ubuntu. Now there are many other versions, as you can see on the screen. So now you may get confused which one to select. Go with Ubuntu 64 itself, and now click next. And now it's asking you how much storage should we allocate for the RAM. So as you can see the green color bar, you can allocate anything between the green color bar. Now my suggestion is don't go beyond the green to the red color bar. Well, what does red color here indicate? The red color here indicates that when you cross the red color, when you cross the green border, and enter to red color, it simply means it's going to affect your processing with your host system. with the management or with the running of the host system. So now you can either be in between or somewhere inside this green color bar. So I'll choose to stay in between green and red, and now I click next, and now it's asking us to select the hard disk. And now, as we are using a virtual box, and as we are using an image file, we have to choose create a virtual hard disk, as we don't have any existing virtual hard disk, as this is our first time installing an operating system in VirtualBox. And click next or create. Now it's asking what type of hard disk file it is. It's obviously an image file, and well, I would like to tell you that all the operating systems are of image file only. It's not of any other type. It's of image file. Well, if you have a hard disk, which is of image file, which are formatted into an image file, or which contains an image file completely, you can choose the second option. Well, now as we are concerned, or we are dependent on only an image file, we choose the first option and click next. And now it is asking us for the storage of physical hard disk. Now I would like you or recommend you to choose dynamically allocated, as dynamically allocated simply means that that it's very good in managing of the storage. Let's say you are giving an 8 GB to your hard disk, to the virtual machine to run, and it's filling up, and at the stage of 7 GB. Now at this time, it will run as fine as if the storage is just 2 GB filled in your virtual machine. It's There's no crashes or anything, and you can change it anytime you want. But that's not the case with fixed storage. It's going to like, if you fix it in the beginning for 8 GB, it's not you can't change it any further. So let it be dynamically allocated, and now click next. And now it's asking us to choose a storage between the range of 4 MB to 2 TB. Well, because it's saying 2 TB, don't go and choose 2 TB, because your original hard disk in your system, basically the C drive, is not of 2 GB. So choose something that's convenient. Let me associate 20 GB to this Kali Linux. Why I am allocating a 20 GB to Kali Linux? It has a reason, because Kali Linux has all the pre-installed hacking tools, but we at times may require to download files or command line programs from a GitHub storage website, which is basically managed by people like you and me, basically hackers who post some of the interesting or some of the useful comments or programs which can be used for hacking. So as we may require to store something in the Kali Linux, as storage is very important. As you know, your phones also do starts filling up, even if it's a 64 GB phone. So my recommendation is give at least a minimum of 20 GB for your Kali Linux. And now click continue. And now done. You're done with the processing of creating a specific storage in your hard disk for the Kali Linux. Now let's see what happens when you click start. Now as you can see, you are unable to start this because, can you tell me why? Well, it's because we have not told the virtual machine what is the image file, from where, what is the source for it to run. We have to give it a source. Well, what is the source then? The source is image file, right? We have not specified which image file or where is the image file for it to run. So it's asking, so that's why you are facing this error. Now just click continue and just close this, and now choose power off the machine and click OK. And now go to settings, and while power off works as perfect as shutdown of your system, right? All fine. Now click settings, and now click on storage and click here, over here, where this is a place where you would like to link your image file with the virtual machine, or which the virtual operating system, to create and to make a virtual operating system. Now click this and click on the icon of disk, and now choose virtual, well, choose the first option, that's the choose virtual optical disk file. And now I have here Kali Linux. I stored it in my system, and now I'm clicking that Kali Linux, and now click OK.
Now that's it for today, guys. See you by, I think by the weekend we will be catching up with installing a Kali Linux tutorial, and this is the this is something required for Kali Linux. So make sure you follow the steps and instructions properly. Thank you.